Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm a Minadel, aka Green Grow Guy, and thank you for coming to check me out again. And if you are brand new, welcome. Get comfy. I'm about to start dropping some jewels. If you live in an urban area and you're trying to get your little vegetable, you know what I mean. But even if you don't live in that situation and you just want to do some small herb planting or something like that, you'll still find a lot of information. So welcome. You know what I mean? And make sure that y'all are hitting the subscription and the notification jar. This is free stuff. And y'all see I'm all bundled up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep the content. I be trying to be consistent with y'all. But this is a two-way street. But anyway, all right. These videos that I've been showing you guys about reorganizing the urban farm, making it a more vertical farm to maximize 100% um, my growth space, along with repurposing my polycarbonate. Well, I still use it for growing, but what I'm actually growing in it, guys, is a lot different, and the way that I'm using it is a lot different. Also, I figured out a way to not only maximize, you know what I mean, how I'm growing just in my little Philadelphia uh, yard space, um, but I've also found a way to legally have chickens and the space with gardening to have them and keep everything sanitary. So, like I said, welcome. You know what I mean? And for those of y'all that have been there, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know I'm gonna run my mouth a whole bunch. Y'all know I'm gonna be telling y'all a whole bunch of stuff about these plants. And y'all know that I got a table full of stuff that I went out and bought that I said I wasn't gonna buy because it was high price. But then when I went there, because you remember I said it was watch the videos, y'all gotta watch the videos to know what I'm talking about. And I'm not gonna keep recapping. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much content, y'all. We can't. Y'all just want to go watch it. So go watch the video where I'm in a Home Depot uh, getting soil. I think it's like maybe a video or two videos ago. Go watch it because Home Depot bring in one vegetable plant at a time up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so as soon as I see something that I might want to get, that I might want to progressively go faster, because of the situation, y'all watch the video. I did buy some new stuff, even though I said I wasn't. Now I'll always buy new like shrubbery. One of the things that I picked up when I was there was a lilac recently. But with that being said, guys, while I'm talking to you guys, hopefully by this point, there's some pictures that are about to begin to pop up to show you guys what my backyard looked like at the start, showing progress and things that we were going through to get this moved, to get it to the point that it's at now. Now, there's still things that need to be done. However, right now is a season where I have to grow and build. You know what I mean? So with that being said, there's still some construction going on, but as the construction gets done, I'm planting. Okay. So and things are popping because a lot of stuff is already down. You know what I mean? And things are popping. So first things first, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to show you guys the process where we're at now in the process. Big major improvement. Like, you know what I mean? Lots of space opened up, still lots of ideas, coming in my mind. Um, Things that we have to do. Let me flip this around for you. Now I'm gonna start with my junkie corner because this is my chicken wire, and my plan is now you guys see this right here. From there back is gonna be the chicken area, okay, and we're gonna like seal that off so the chickens can't impede into this area, but they have a certain amount of freedom in that area, and that's to the side area of the house where we'll be able to walk into it, clean it, keep it sanitary, and at the same time keep them away from a lot of our vegetation when we don't want them near it. So with that, there's going to be the chicken coop. We're going to slide this rain collector. This rain collector is actually going to move directly under the gutter. The gutter is going to get cut. That's on the side here. I have a gutter here on the side. I don't feel like stepping down right now. So there's a gutter right here on the side. We're going to move this rain barrel over there so it can be a direct filter into the rain barrel. So I can maximize that and then decide if I want to get another rain barrel of some sort. um, this shelving and all this, guys. That stuff is gonna move. That's just where it's at right now. I have some. This small squared wire, the heavy duty wire, that's going to be reused for the chicken coop and the structure that hopefully I can get up in the next day or two. Because I already have the chicken coop, but I do have to build like a little enclosure for the coop and raise it up off the ground because I do want that. Um, I'm gonna repurpose this metal right here that you guys see on top. Now this bigger octagon, hexagon shaped wire mesh. I'm gonna do something really neat with that, and I want you guys to like definitely see what I do. And when I say it's going to give me so much production with my idea, I'm sorry, off the camera's goofy, but it's gonna give me so much production. What I do using this, you guys are like, up, gotta do it, and I'm not gonna waste any space. My goal is to then have this wall, as you guys see, we can start. Oh yeah, the transformation is real. If you guys are watching the video, you see me arrange my blueberries already. Okay, some of this is new, guys, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. When old man winter be old man winter, I be like, oh yeah, no, I need to try to hurry up and get some of this stuff up, get it in. And when it's cold weather like this, ain't nobody. This is urban farming, so ain't nobody. I'm a lone ranger when it's cold. Now when it's nice weather, I can get everybody to come out. I can set everything up, record myself, have people record me, etc., etc. But when it's cold like this, I'm kind of like, you know what I mean, like desperate, like a lone wolf. So, and that's fine with me. You know what I mean. But with that being said, you know what I mean. I record a lot of stuff. But I put it out in segments like this. My videos are actually a little bit longer. And I just cut you up to maybe some of the stuff that I was doing while you were gone, while we were separated from each other. So now I came down my instantly. So these are maybe about a year ago. I started this from sticks as a blueberry bush because I saw that one of my blueberry bushes had got a disease. So a portion of the blueberry bush didn't get a disease, and I salvaged it. Here it is today. You know what I mean? And it's growing, and it's actually doing really, really well. I'm actually very, very happy. Now, I am due to spray everything with neem oil today, which I am going to do to keep everything off of it, because if you guys watch the videos, you will see that this year all my berries are going outside of my polycarbonate house. Now, I planted these 2 weeks ago, guys. Okay? And I'm going to try to get in here so y'all can see it. But these are berries, y'all. These are berries. Berries are right here for sure. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. There they go. Y'all see the berries? Go on, green grow guy. So we planted these about 2 weeks ago. And I'm actually very impressed, and I'm actually very happy, because I would have a problem with blueberries, like keeping them healthy, because of where I was planting them. And see, sometimes, guys, it can be something as simple as that. Where you're planting them just doesn't work for them 100%. I changed where I planted them and how I was planting them. I changed them from inside the polycarbonate house. I lightened up the soil and I made it more draining. You know what I mean? And I spaced them apart more and didn't put other things around it excessively. I already had blueberries. When I would struggle to get them, a good cluster of them, you know what I mean, by mid-spring. And that always concerned me, because all the disease that I felt like it was bringing to my polycarbonate house, I'm like, listen, I gotta get more blueberries than this. If I gotta do all of this. So now that I actually moved them and made an appropriate space for them, they're doing great. I'm seeing blueberries. Now, when you watch the video, I do give y'all blueberry pointers. That's why you gotta go watch the video. Because if I'm telling you clearly, it works. Don't you see blueberries? And I'm gonna tell you here, the weather isn't. We're having warm days. Okay, warm days. It's not hot. You know what I mean? Right now it's probably about 40 something degrees. That's why I'm like this. But it is, well, it might be like in the 30s, because it's only going to make like 50 degrees today. Yesterday, the high was like 46. The day before that, it was like 60. And the day before that, it was like 74. So, that, the bipolar weather, that's what we're going through right now. So you'll have moments where your plants get a good amount of warm sunlight, and then they just really open up, and then they'll have days where they shrivel back down because they get a couple consecutive days of coldness. Now, in my Pennsylvania region, frost is over for me. I don't expect to have any frost so deep that is going to destroy everything that's growing. Right now, I have a lot of leafy greens growing. Leafy greens can tolerate, especially like the cabbages, the collards. They can tolerate the hardy. So they can tolerate a certain amount of coolness. They prefer it, honestly. You know what I'm saying? They require heat, but more so the actual lighting. You know what I mean? So they can survive in cool places, or moderately cool places for a certain amount of time. Not, I'm not saying feel like you can grow your lettuce and everything in below zero. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. But you can get away with the 38s and 35s at night, as long as it warms back up to like maybe a 50 or something like that during the day. Don't be outside killing all your lettuce, because I told you. Alright, but I'm gonna flip this back around. I'm gonna still run my mouth, but I'm gonna flip the camera back around as I do it. Now, y'all, I did have to just like kind of get an idea for how I wanted to set up my patio set and where I wanted it to be. Now, I am gonna slide this section down right here because as you see, but then I started utilizing it. Y'all, don't judge me. I know y'all see this merchandise in the you know what? I'm not y'all judging. So I'm gonna show y'all. But I'm gonna let y'all get yourselves in order because I feel like y'all judging me. Y'all saying you said that the plants was high. Don't. That's ridiculous. You got all these seeds for 59 cents and still do have those seeds, and I still will plant those seeds. Okay. See, it's a judgment for me because I'm here bringing y'all information and y'all judging. So we gonna get to that, but we not gonna get to it right now because I'm gonna need y'all to look inside. Look inside. Get that together. So I'm gonna flip it around and talk about some of the stuff I'm going by seed and some of the stuff I already planted. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. These are my jalapenos, okay? Now, one did pop up. I do expect maybe like one here and one there. Now, here's the one that popped up. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. The weather hasn't pop to the point that I'm extremely concerned. The things that I want to be seeing right now, like this spinach. Now I was starting to get concerned about the spinach. I'm not gonna lie, because rating it against my spinach out front, y'all was taking off. But this is starting to pop up, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. Once it pops up, it gets maybe about another half an inch higher. I'ma just throw some blood meal on it, lightly, very lightly, and then there it is. You know what I mean? One of the reasons why I decided to grow a bunch of spinach this year, guys, is number one, because I was spending a lot of money on it organically, and I didn't like how it was breaking down in my refrigerator. Either it wasn't getting old, or it was turning into some kind of liquefied, I don't know, like off a 97 X-Men version. You know what I mean? No, don't want no mutated. No. So, for 59 cents, I ran a video on seeds. Go check it out. It's current, so you don't have to look deep into the vote. But it's talking about picking up seeds, just growing it yourself. It's really, really easy to do. And I want you guys to know that these are the 59-cent seeds. And you see, they work. Okay, I literally threw a whole bunch of them in there, covered them very lightly with maybe like a quarter inch of dirt, and I promise you, in the next couple of weeks, this will be very full, very luscious, very green. You know what I mean? And I have lots of pots growing like this that I'm not gonna have to buy it no more, because I'm not. And then I read another article about spinach and a lot of vegetables that I'm actually growing in my backyard, and they have a high pesticide residue transfer. And one of the vegetables was spinach. So these are the kind of things that you do have to be aware of as well, and to protect yourself, because one of the chemicals is like I'm assuming some type of PFAS, because they labeled it as a forever chemical, and that's a nickname for the variations of PFAS. Go do your work, Google it up, okay, and then you'll see what I'm saying, and you'll see the importance of doing what I'm doing, okay? Beyond the other things that I'm actually like talking about, sparingly. All right, guys. So spinach is definitely one of those things that was on the list. You'll do your homework. So me growing it, knowing where it came from, 59-cent seeds. You know what I mean? They're sprouting. They're doing great. They're doing exactly what I wanted to do. Even though I was a little concerned about this, but now that it popped, bam, all right, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm gonna raise it up because I'm not gonna be. Those are strawberries up top. Now that's a mix of plants and bare roots. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I get bare roots, but my bare root strawberries take forever to get as big as the strawberries I actually grow, like buy as a plant. And that, I'm assuming maybe just because it's younger. But that's an intermixed variation because I want the color in my yard. I don't want to wait like a whole season. It's just a stick sticking up. So I actually integrate it, and sometimes that's why I buy plants because I want to see the color right away. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to accent my yard. You know what I mean? If you're cool with just having a whole bunch of dirt pots and if everything to sprout because you're not using it to be decorative and its only sole purpose is to feed you, then you have a whole different agenda. You don't have to do river rocks and that kind of stuff is for me to come sit out in my backyard, light my tiki torch up, you know what I mean, on some adult beverages, preferably twisted tea. Cause I'm real. Okay. Right there, kick back, turn on some Anita Baker. I told you the plants like Anita. Like, you know what I mean? And go at it. And that's me. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean? Okay. But those were the strawberries. So we're going to keep an eye on them. Because you remember last year, I had that strawberry plant. My wife got me as a planter. I had really liked it, but the strawberries weren't growing big enough. And then the flowers were being like pink, and we had never had a plant with the pink flowers. And I was like, maybe this is a variation. They just grow small strawberries because like they were really healthy and they were really juicy and good, but in the same essence they were like real small. They didn't get like big. You know what I mean? And I like big old juicy. Oh 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 my goodness! I like that kind of strawberry, and they was juicy, but they wasn't like, you know what I mean. So with that being said, I actually have a lot of strawberries planted, and I have every intention of planting more because I actually want a lot of strawberries this year because that's something we eat a lot in the crib. Strawberries and blueberries we actually eat a lot in the house. All type of berries. We actually eat a lot of berries, and I think that's why this year I have so many berries because we eat a lot, and they're good for you. Good for you, easy to grow. So far, my blueberries are doing great, so they're easy to grow for right now. Now, if I come out in a couple videos later and I'm like, then you know, like you know what I'm saying. I'm flipping the script, but next plant we got. Don't mind me, y'all. If y'all knew, please know I run my mouth. All right, the next plant we got, I'm onto cabbages, 45-day cabbages. And y'all see, even in the cold weather, this is what I said. Leafy greens are actually kind of hardy. Now they might not do a whole lot of growing. You know what I'm saying? In this climate, but that's good to an extent because you're not killing them. You're just giving them more time to establish a deeper root system, and that will give you a bigger cabbage. Okay, so if you feed it right, okay, um, and it has like a not an extended dormant, but it gets moments like this where it's not forcing the foliage to grow. It's always growing. Either it's growing through the leaves, it's growing through the roots, or it's doing both at the same time. When it's cold, it's not going to be growing at its roots like, ooh, I mean at the flower, at the leaf part, like I want to. It grows minutely. That's why everything is budding right now. Okay? But even though everything is budding, the visual aspect of the plant, deep down, the roots are, they've been doing a big one since like November here in Pennsylvania. So with that being said, this does give my cabbage a little bit of time to keep doing the job with the roots because it's slowed down the progression, these temperatures. You know what I mean? So they're a good thing and they're a bad thing for certain fruits and vegetables. Okay, guys? So know that at this time right now, this weather isn't imminent. You're just getting bigger roots. You're going to get bigger yields. All right? Because in another week or so, this is going to be a thing of the past. And then it's going to be foliage, fruit, bam! And it's going to hit hard because we're having this sprout, slow down. It's almost like you're stunting it. You're kind of training it to grow. For those that don't know, plants grow based off of, timing. So, timing is everything because you need a certain amount of time to generate enough root. You know what I mean? Because if you don't generate your root system correctly, then the foliage, your yield for the harvest, it won't be there. So understanding that timing, and even though you're like, I want my cabbage, where's my cabbage? Know that right now in situations like this is actually a good thing. All right. So I'm gonna flip. We're gonna be back with you, cabbage, and I'm gonna see when I plan it 318. So even though I planted this on 318, I don't expect it this round to be a 45-day cabbage because, like I said, it's cold weather. So that is slowing it down. But what I will tell you, it is growing. It is doing really well, and I definitely expect to get a cabbage, two cabbages up out of there. The decent size, you know what I mean. I don't need no big old feeder army cabbage. So you know what I mean. 2, 3 cabbages a year for me is fine. We eat it. We'll chop it all up, freeze it. I also have red cabbages. You know what I mean because I like me a good coleslaw, yo. I like me a good coleslaw. Sorry if I'm hitting the mic. Oh, you know I'm getting used to my new YouTuber equipment. Stop playing. But I like me some red cabbage because I'm okay with a coleslaw. Now, y'all, what I did here is I actually just reused my old chicken coop here. That's what that board is behind, and I just attached it. You know what I mean? To between this fence and the actual wood beam that's here, and I made a grow wall, a vertical grow wall, vertical grow farm. God, I named this something. Y'all know I don't be knowing, but and y'all know I'm running my mouth. But right here is the garlic. Okay, y'all. Do you see something? No. Well, guess what? It's there. And you know, garlic does take a while to grow, but it's worth the wait. Okay, it's worth the wait because fresh garlic you grow, it tastes so it's diabolical. It's diabolical. Okay, diabolical. So it takes a few months, but I know that I'm about to see it, especially when the weather pops a little bit. And for those that don't tops of your garlic and use them as well. So even though you're waiting for the actual bulbs of garlic, at a certain point, you can take the tops and use those. You know what I mean? I really want to take this year to teach you guys how to use everything. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, there's going to be a point in time where you may need to know the knowledge. That being said, this is a small container of mint, guys. It was just a thing of back to the root seeds I put in there. I don't see nothing yet. You know what I mean? And that's okay because it's still cool. This is another thing that I did recycle every food safe container because I'm going to utilize that as well. And because these cost me $5 a piece. Now, you don't have to do what I do because you remember, guys, I said some of this is for actual decor. Okay. Um, Down here at the bottom right here, y'all, this right here, excuse my patio chair, that's mint, y'all. Okay? And now y'all already know, I love mint. I personally love mint. Spearmint, peppermint, sweet mint. I love mint. It goes great with lots of things. It tastes phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. I love it. Okay, but it's also in many situations can be used as a deterrent for pests. So for me, those are win-win situations. I have never given anybody a bushel of spearmint and they're like, oh no, take it away. No, they like it. You know what I mean? It when you grow it fresh, when you grow your food fresh, period, it just gives something totally different. It's true. Now I hope everybody simmer themselves down for what we're about to do right now. Because as soon as I feel judgment through this video, we're not gonna talk about this no more. All right. So now that y'all got yourselves together, we can review the stuff that I said I wasn't gonna buy from this Home Depot, but I went and bought it anyway because I'm like, ooh, okay, excuse me, y'all, my hands all in the way. All right, so we're gonna start over here. Okay, these are red. These are red bell peppers. Okay, because I do like the mixed variety plants, but I like to know exactly what I'm getting so I can grow it accordingly. I do see these little peppers right here already on it. This was actually pretty healthy looking. I did water it one time, and nature watered it one time. This is the rose bush I've been had, y'all. Last year I neglected it. Yeah, it's hard to kill a rose bush. So if you out here killing rose bushes, and all right, so last year I grew my eggplant from seed. This year I'm gonna try to grow my eggplant from uh, a pot, which is right here. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, it looks good. This looks real good, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. The plant selection, what is coming in, is looking great. It does look good. Now this red cabbage, I ain't gonna hold you, is a little beat up, but that's okay because you expect that. These are just starter leaves. I will pop these off anyway. Okay, and plant it, probably about right about there anyway. So you're gonna pop those off. I have two of those, y'all. Okay, because you remember I said red cabbage, coleslaw, coleslaw. You gotta cover all the bases for summer and fall. So you know I eat cabbage in varieties. I eat it like with the turkey bacon up in the turkey meat, turkey toes, turkey neck, just turkey meat. Yeah, and you know you put it up in the, with the chicken and the ferment. Then I mean I do a mean coleslaw. So that's why I got the purple too. So you know what I mean. When the next time I do like a barbecue and my cabbage is ready, I can dice me down nice purple, dice me down a little bit of green. And I throw some carrots in there. So I got them Jones going. Like you know what I mean. Everything could be 100% fresh that I put in there. Win, win, and absolutely delicious food. People think that I promise you, we can buy all the same exact ingredients. I promise you, I will buy all the same. You can buy all the ingredients that I have and I put in myself, and we can do the same exact thing. It would just taste different because mine is fresh and better. When I say different, I mean better, hands down. But anyway, I'm running my mouth. Y'all just, I feel like I'm missing the strawberry plant, y'all. I do, I do. But maybe I'm not because sometimes like, let me get this, let me get that, let me get this, and then I'm like, look, I'm doing too much. But here goes the strawberry plant, y'all. Another one because I think I'm actually going to put it out front on the very top of my strawberry grow bag because like I said you never can go wrong with a whole bunch of strawberries. But then I also want I use this vegetation as decoration as well. So I do want you to be able to pull up to the front of my house and see a basket of just red strawberries pouring out. You know what I mean? It's all about design for me as well. You know, so with that being said, I care, and I will, like I said, buy a plant to expedite that process to get the image that I want. Do you have to do that if that's not what you're doing now? You listen. I'm just making. This is all suggestive. But next, all right. So I got these green pepper plants, y'all. Flip this camera around. So I got these green pepper plants. I was gonna go with the red pepper plants. They're gonna be a little pepper plant family. Now last year I grew a lot of miniature dwarfs, patio style. I'm going back to the old school, big green, big red. You know what I mean? Peppers. Even though I got excellent harvest off of all of the patio peppers varieties that I did grow. But I don't know, y'all. This is just what I want to grow instead. You know what I mean? I liked it. You know what I mean? But it just overall, they were pretty, they were beautiful, they were everything. You know what I mean? But they just wasn't the style that I wanted to grow. And that happens sometimes. And it happened right there. You know what I mean? So shout out to Patio Peppers because there's no shade to y'all because I did a fantastic job last year. Fantastic. Like, I couldn't have killed that plant if I wanted to. I couldn't have killed those peppers if I wanted to. Fantastic. You know what I mean? It's just not the style that I think I want to continue to grow because I need more for the space that I'm occupying. You know what I mean? Would they be something that I grow maybe vertically if I have extra space? Yeah, but I didn't want to actually take up a whole hanging basket in my polycarbonate house. So this year I just said no. Most of my stuff is going to be outside of my polycarbonate house, protected and grown vertically and attached to a wall and protected that way as well. So I did go get them pepper plants, and I have Roma tomatoes, y'all. All right, but I did go buy this beefsteak. This is a beefsteak. I did go buy this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I went to go buy the Romas that I said I wasn't gonna buy on the other visit, yeah, I never go and say I'm gonna buy. I always say I'm not gonna buy. Then I come on and be like, hey, y'all, don't judge me. I was buying stuff. Y'all already know what happens. So, with that being said, are y'all judging me? Cause I can't. Anyway, let me just. I got me some beefsteaks because they only had the Romas last time, y'all. And I like Romas because they're great for sauces and stuff like that. But you like a nice juicy beefsteak on like burgers, you know what I mean? When you're having barbecues and stuff, a nice juicy succulent beefsteak tomato. So I had to get down with that. So there it is. I gotta get that last stuff playing today, y'all. Don't I be drawing? And I know I be having stuff to do already, but I just next, y'all, because we just got to move on, because nothing's going to change. Your judgment's not going to change nothing. Nobody has been able to change me, not even me. So at this point, we gotta go through it. What's the worst? We go a whole bunch of food and be happy about it. Yeah. But look, check it out. So I told y'all that I'm heavy on the pollinators. I like the pollinators, and I like my lavenders. Lavenders are number one to me. I will lavender my backyard, my house, my bath water, my foot soak, okay, my lotion. Lavender to me is the most like soothing and sensual smell. Like it's so versatile. Like you know what I mean? Love it. So I'll go lavender first. But the thing that I will go second, lilac. I will grow lilac. Y'all, lilac smell good too. And it is a pollinator, just like lavender. It brings the bees, it brings the butterflies, it brings the hummingbirds. So these are the type of plants that you want because you want to bring the good pollinators to pollinate these peppers and cucumbers and other things that you're bringing around. That flower that need the pollinators that aren't self pollinators, and even things that are self pollinators doesn't mean that it pollinates everything by itself. It means that you'll have something. Like, you know what I mean? So if you have a plant like my fruit cocktail tree that's self-pollinating, yes, the wind and the male and female are intertwined, but if you're also going through that tree, hitting it and pollinating it, you're also making more fruit. If a bee goes into that, they're also making more fruit. It works, right? Right. All right, so let me turn it back around. Now, y'all know these are my pink lemonades. Okay, these were from fast growing trees. One's right here, one's right here. All right, so far so good. They look great. You know what I mean? For right now, I'm gonna have them in those pots. These are about 3 gallon pots, but they were only quart-sized plants. You know what I mean? So I want to see exactly what they're giving because they did say they can go up to 4 to 5 feet, but I'm thinking that's based off of the space that you actually give them to grow. I don't think that they need a humongous container to yield because they just started out so small with so much foliage. So I'm thinking they're going to be regular. Kind of compact as far as growth, just like the northern berries that I bought that appear to be more on the dwarf side, which guys, this is a good thing. And I always tell people to go to fast growing trees as well because they have a huge dwarf tree selection, dwarf shrub collection. So you can get some pretty good stuff even if you have a small space. You know what I mean? Also, look for the dwarf stuff too. It works. And you can get a lot of food, you know what I mean, that way as well. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to show y'all, because I don't know but this is my azalea. Okay, I also bought this. Yep, and I can see, y'all see the flowers? That's the flowers in there right there. Look how many of them. This is going to be beautiful. This is a pollinator. This is exactly why I bought it. And this is where it's going to stay. You see, I got the tray. This stuff isn't going to stay on here, y'all. This has just been my workstation that was supposed to be my patio rest area. You know what I mean? But then it takes over. I'm going to pause because I feel the judgment. But I'm here to tell you, I don't care what you think. I do care what you think, but not about me buying plants when I need them. And you need them. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need them. This is a us thing. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, y'all, let me get back on my step. I'm about to kill myself. Oh, wait, let me show y'all my raspberry. Now this is my grapevine. I promise y'all I'm gonna come out here and put this grapevine up. I keep saying it in every video, but guess what? I did the one in the front. I just didn't release the video to y'all yet. So look here. Alright. But with that, and look at my cute little tiki torch, y'all. That's brand new. Yes, I also bought that from the Home Depot along. Because if you're gonna judge me right, okay? Judge me right. Along with my citronella candle because y'all know the saying, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and they be trying to eat me up. So I'ma have my citronella, okay? Because I'm not even gonna show y'all the plants I got in the polycarbonate house because I'm just trying to look like I ain't spend all my money or a whole bunch of money because it wasn't all my money, but I be trying to do it in increments, like, you know what I mean? So you're like, oh, you just go to the store and lose your damn mind, like I do, but let me show you this raspberry bush. Okay, let me show you because, like, I feel it. So so this is the raspberry bush, y'all. All right, check it out. This thing is doing so good. All right, it's doing so good. Now, don't judge me. I am gonna pick up the rest of the rocks for this. But I gotta get some more planting down so that I know exactly how much I need. Cause all that this trip, that trip, the other. No, that's not it. But I'm gonna tell you something that I think is really. Cause look at this, y'all. Look at that. It's coming. They're coming. And the reason why I think they're doing so great, y'all, and I'm gonna be honest, is I actually bought the specific fertilizer, the berry tone. Go back and look at my video when I'm planting these berries, and I'm gonna be 100%. This is somebody that I actually do want to sponsor from. You know what I mean? So I am waiting for the reply from this company. But either way, I'm going to promote the product because it's phenomenal. I really only had these berry bushes in for like 2 weeks. I threw the berry tone on it. I planted it like it said. And I'm already seeing berries. And I like, yep, hold on. I don't know if y'all can see that smoke. It's still cold. So like I said, even with it being in a stunted state, y'all, they're still doing things, and I really do contribute that to the berry tone and the product that I'm using. If you guys are curious what product it is, you know what I mean, I'm gonna post it right here, picture in picture. Yeah, and y'all can go pick that up at the Home Depot, the Lowe's, or online, Amazon. You know what I mean, and it really works for your berries really good, y'all. All right, but with that being said, I'm gonna turn this around because y'all see the sun coming up, so I really want to get super busy because it is gonna be a sunny day. It's been raining as well, you know. April showers bring May flowers. It's kind of that kind of situation. But I hope that y'all see the progress. I hope that y'all see the vision. You know what I mean? And I promise when we come up the next time, I'm going to not have more plants that I went and purchased. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to move these y'all right here because they're not getting enough sun. That's my romaine. And I'm like, look at all that grew. You're not going to get growth through the day. So I'm thinking I'm going to move it over here so it can get more sunlight sooner and it should be okay. Or make a space for it to actually go on that table because it can grow there as well in sections. And I actually just take the berry pots down because all that's, like I said, all that's not going to be there. Like, you know what I mean? But I know, oh, you see that sun hitting my skin. It feels good. It feels good. And I hope that it gets warm enough that I can at least take this coat off. You know what I mean? If y'all did not hit the subscribe notification, go do that. All right. And as always, thank you for watching so much. And I will see you next time.